Oh, hello. I'm trying to find something. That's my computer you're looking at. Hi. What the heck? Oh, okay. There you go. You may now speak your mind and come up. I don't know how to fix it now. I don't know how to change the screen. Oh, look at this. I don't know how to big screen. It's not working. Just expand myself. Um, hey, that worked. This just reinforces the idea that Candy is an intellectual titan. No way I would have known how to do that. Hmm. So come up if you want to say something about this. I haven't been live lately. I was live like the other day. I didn't go live yesterday because I had to like wake up early. But I am now.
Today, we're diving into one of those classic Who Would Win?
Oh my goodness.
Hello,
Hello, hi.
how are you?
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I'm never on your panel.
I know. I this is quite the sight to see, but I'm doing okay. How are you?
But what do you mean by opposite worldview? Like how different?
Like polar opposites. Like someone is a Christian and someone is a Muslim.
Oh, I mean, I've seen people that are like together, and one of them is Catholic and the other's Jewish.
Do you recommend that, or does that work? Do you think?
I don't recommend it. I think if you're dating someone, like y'all shouldn't be completely alike, like brother and sister type alike, but y'all should have like similar. Like if you're a Christian, your wife should probably be a Christian. If you don't believe in God, your wife probably shouldn't believe in God too.
Yo,
Yeah, I would
Tech,
agree.
is this like a religious type thing or just in general?
No, like
Any type of framework, actually. Like if you're, I don't know, like
politics
Yeah,
too,
I would say
probably.
like for the best outcome, you probably want to go with someone who outlines with your worldview. But like if it is a case that you can make it work with someone that has like slightly differing opinions than you, then I don't see that as much of an issue. As long as like most of your guys' values are like working in
Yo,
unison.
what do
Like,
you think would be worse? Someone that's dating another person with the opposite religious point as them, or someone that's dating someone and one of them is MAGA and the other one's left leaning.
well, it depends on the context. So, like, if you're talking about, I'm going to answer the first question. So, like, let's just say if you're a Christian, but you're dating a Hindu man. Well, there's going to be conflicts with that because Hinduism doesn't adhere to anything regarding the Abrahamic doctrines. But let's just say if you're a Christian, you get with a Muslim or Jew, well, there's going to be a lot of things that you guys share already. Now, there's other differences such that you guys look at people differently and stuff like that, like with Jesus being God and we don't, whatever. But there's going to be most beliefs that work in line with each other. And as for like the liberal conservative, that I don't believe can work in any sense because you have one person that wants to adhere to traditional values, and the other one kind of wants more of like a secular, or I guess you could say like outside approach to things. So I believe that you can have two people with different religions, but as long as their religions have more similarities than differences. Like I, as a Muslim, I can marry a Christian, Jewish, or Muslim woman, but I'm not allowed to marry a Hindu for different reasons because there's nothing we share in common. So yeah.
Oh wait, yo, yeah, I thought Hinduism and like Muslim were like similar because like
no.
Hell no.
oh,
Bro,
here we
what?
go.
Hinduism is nowhere even close to us. What the hell?
My, bro, my bad. I'm not that religious, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
Hinduism is like some belief from India. Islam is like one of the three Abrahamic religions.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's your point. I never heard Amelia on here. What do you
This
think?
guy said Hinduism. Bro, I'm dead as
Um, I think it
Uh,
depends, honestly. It depends on how opposite the worldviews are. Um, I think that you could run into some problems, but I do think that you can make it work. Now, if you're like completely unequally yoked, then like probably not. But
Um,
Yeah.
what constitutes unequally yoked? So like, can a Catholic marry a Protestant?
a
um,
what?
Yes, they
no.
can actually.
I don't think so. I think that they would run into a lot of problems when it comes to religion.
A part of
Not
what?
just
Well, they have the same fundamentals down because they
What?
both believe Jesus is the Lord and Savior. They have like many like similar traditions, but Catholics are very much a different type of church because their apostolic Protestants are different. They're not really that.
I think there's going to be
right.
problems in the marriage later. I think there's some really. I think there's some.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of disagree because there are tons of Catholics and Protestants that marry each other all the time. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't recommend it, but it's
Now we're coming at it from a view of like you going into a relationship, right? And
yeah.
assuming if the marriage is going to
Well,
work or not, right?
but the thing is that the topic is already presupposing whether or not it will work, not whether or not it's the ideal. We're not saying it's the ideal. Obviously, anyone that is a part of a certain religion or ideology or worldview would want to ideally be married to someone with the exact same values and morals as them. But it doesn't mean that it can't work. The working part depends on whether or not they're similar or compatible enough.
I agree
See,
with
and
that.
then again, I feel like even through a marriage, sometimes, especially like when there are situations like that, obviously, number one, not necessarily compromise, but I do feel like sometimes like the one person will lean a certain way. So like say there is like a Protestant marrying a Catholic, maybe the Protestant will lean more Catholic and take on maybe like a Catholic's morals.
Yeah. Well, did
So
someone
then,
mute her?
huh?
I thought someone muted her for a second.
Oh no.
No.
So I mean obviously like yes, there are outlying relationships like that could work, but I feel like overall, obviously you're going to run into problems. Same way as if like you're a Christian who's like in a relationship unequally yoked with like someone who's atheist. Like I
Yeah.
truly don't think that that's going to work out just simply
Yeah,
because you're
that's
unequally yoked.
way more
Yeah, no, I don't
different than like a
disagree with you
Catholic and
because,
a
like, in a
Protestant,
sense,
though.
yeah, but here's the thing though. So, like, unequally yoked would just be that you're with someone that has like a completely different worldview. Like in Christianity, you have different sects. You have Eastern Orthodox Christians, you have Oriental Orthodox, Protestant,
Right.
Catholic, whatever. It's like, and even within those sects of Christianity, you have smaller segments of that. Like Protestants have Lutherans, Baptists,
Right.
evangelicals, and the list goes on. So it's like even within a subset of a religion, you're going to have like other denominations that fall into that category. So it's like I think it really just comes down to like fundamental understanding of who you follow. Like as a Muslim, I can marry any woman that's Abrahamic, and of course, there's differences between us all, whatever. But the fundamentals is that we believe in one God, we believe in all the prophets, and we believe that Christ is going to be whatever. Now, of course, there's going to be differences in who we believe Christ to be. Like Christians think he's God, we don't think he's God. That's like one of the differences, and we have like other stuff that we adhere to. But generally speaking, I believe that unequally yoked would be like you or I dating an atheist or being with someone that's like, I don't know, a Sikh or a Hindu or whatever. That's different because they don't even
Sure.
believe in the God we do. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and that's what I take
Right.
opposite worldview to mean. Or like the best example that I could come up with is someone who is Christian, dating someone who is an atheist. So that's kind of what I took opposite worldview to mean. Like at least looking at
Well,
the prompt.
yeah,
I
that
think
that
what
would be
matters
pretty
most is
close.
your
I would say that would
compatibility
be
with
correct.
someone.
Yeah. Like,
I think what matters most is your compatibility with someone, not always the religion of itself, because two people can be of the same religion and they have tons of issues with each other. Like we look at statistics, the number one religion in the West that has the highest divorce rates is Christianity, and then everything else follows after that. So it's not
that's
really the
not
religion
actually
of
true.
itself; it's going
That's
to be
not
the
true. It's
compatibility of the
Protestants.
folks.
It's
Well,
it's
yeah,
Protestantism that
yeah.
has the
We both,
highest.
you and I both know that, right? We both know the
Yeah, I
Protestants got
know.
issues.
I
But
know.
the
You
point
just
that,
can't generalize just to make it clear.
yeah, I got you. It's
Because like
because I
Catholics and
checked out
Orthodox
Eastern
have a
Orth.
much lower,
Yeah, I think yours is like
Right.
1%, I believe.
the lowest. No,
Yeah,
no, no. I think it's like something like 7 to 9%. Catholics, I believe, is 13 to 15 or 13 to 17, something like that.
and for
And
Muslims,
then
it's only one
the
percent.
Protestant, like the overall Christian one, because it's skewed,
Oh hell no,
Protestantism
bro! Not this
is
nigga, bro.
approaching like
What's up, little guy?
40%.
How
Right.
you doing?
Ain't
Yo,
this the Saints
protect,
fan?
protect, really
Possibly.
quickly, protect.
It
I'm gonna
is the
just let you
Saints
know, bro. This
fan,
Jahil
girl.
above me, bro. He's. I'm gonna get your live
Based,
shut down if you don't
why
kick
don't
him,
we
bro.
just
Wallahi, I don't.
talk? Why don't we just
Oh.
talk about the topic and
Well,
avoid any dumbass discourse that might come
yeah,
through
Now I
Yeah,
have
Yeah.
a
disagreements?
So
question, Protect.
yeah.
yeah. So really quickly,
So is this pertaining just to religion in general or just
No, it's
opposite
any like
worldviews?
any framework, any, not just religion. Like
any.
Okay,
any.
you
like
know,
see now, well, I mean obviously this can depend on multiple factors, but like something that I do tend to debate often, or I used to debate often, I don't debate at all anymore, is like pro-life and pro-choice. Opposite worldviews, right? Now obviously, if you are with someone who has the complete opposite worldview of you, and you go into a marriage, say there's a pro-choice woman, right? Who ends up marrying some pro-life dude.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that's
you're
never
gonna
gonna
end up
work.
running into issues if
Yeah.
the woman is
Yeah, that would
pregnant.
be complete opposite. That would be
Yeah.
complete opposite. But like what you were saying was you don't think that like Catholics and Protestants would
Yeah. I think
have a
issues
good,
like abortion are gonna be like
relationship between
small.
themselves.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
like
the
issues like
abortion's a
abortion
big
or
Yeah.
whatever are
one.
going to be like small, minute differences. Fundamental differences are going to be
Nah,
the
brother.
I would
No,
religion.
like
disagree with
that's
that.
that's
I
Women get
would
fundamental.
say
pregnant.
that,
What happens
well,
when they
yeah,
get pregnant?
fundamental would be
Yo,
like
shut up. I'm
Bro.
paradigm
talking to you.
level things.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut your mouth,
Yeah, it
dog.
would be
All
like
right,
Shut up.
simmer
paradigm
Shut
down.
level.
up, cross
Bruh,
sicker.
stop,
Fuck you,
I'll tell
carpet
you,
stop.
cross
kicking.
Both
All
of
sicker.
you
right,
stop.
stop.
That's
We're
why
gonna
you're
take
still
time out,
ducking the
code.
Yeah, I
state,
don't care.
Mohammed.
Go
Fuck
touch
you.
wood,
Everyone
bro,
take
like
a deep
Catholics like
breath.
doing.
Goodness
Yeah, wait.
gracious.
You mean like you're
Yeah,
proper
yeah,
Bruh.
yeah,
kicking?
yeah.
All
Fuck
right,
you,
all right. We're
Clark.
just
Why is it
gonna
insurmountable
drop the
law to
both of
touch?
them. We're just gonna drop the both. We need some self control.
Fucking hell, bro.
Just
Take
but
a
as we
lap, guys.
Yo,
Take a
what's up,
lap.
guys? I'm a
simmer
literal
down.
potato.
All right. But let's just continue.
Mars the goat, by
Yeah,
the
I was
way.
just trying to say like, what is it, Amelia?
Yes, it's me.
Amelia, yeah, the exact opposite, like values or morals, they're gonna have a significant,
Yeah.
let's say, impact on the relationship. So like pro-choice versus pro-life. If one individual is pro-life, the other one's pro-choice. It's gonna have a significant impact, whether right away or maybe later on. But for something like obviously you have to go down to like worldview. If you're talking about worldviews, it's gonna be the fundamentals, which typically comes down to like religion or non-religion. Like I think it might be able to work between two individuals who, like, let's say one's an atheist and one's like a very devout Christian. It could work only if one individual has the same like structure of values and morals that the other one does. Specifically, more so on the atheist side, like they would have to have more
Atheists.
conservative values, be more aligning with the religious individual.
Right.
in their values. But like,
Feel like
yeah, I
this:
would
if you
agree.
have
Like,
an
if someone's a
atheist,
Satanist, if you have a Satanist and a Christian, it's never gonna work. Those are
Right.
truly opposite.
I
What
do
do
want
you
to say
take
this though: if you
opposite
have
to
an atheist
mean?
that's traditional and you have
Well,
like
like
a Christian that's also the same way, I think they have a much higher chance of working out than, let's say, the Christian being with another Christian who's very liberal, because we do have quite a bit of those in America. A lot of Christians, especially Protestants, are very kind of liberal. So your odds of working out with an atheist who's traditional like you is far higher than you seeing getting with like some liberal fucking guy who goes to
I
church. You know what I
I
mean?
would say, yeah, I would say opposite is like the antithesis of a framework. Um
Yeah.
on the
Yeah. So I mean, if it's the absolute antithesis, it would never be able to work because you're at two completely different like paradigms.
it doesn't even have to be like the absolute end, but I'd still say like not in line or compatible with a view. That's what I
Oh,
would constitute as
yeah.
opposite.
In that case, as long as it doesn't have to be like complete opposite, then yes, of course, I think a marriage can work. Um, with like quote unquote an opposite worldview. Um, Now like complete opposite? No, I don't think so.
I guess I could give you an example. Like let's just say one spouse is like a hardcore vegan, the other one is not. You think there won't be any problems there?
I think that that could work out, sure, as long as like we're not pushing worldviews onto each other and like causing arguments that way, causing division that way.
Are you
Like someone
serious,
can live
Emilio?
as a vegan for themselves.
I mean, it depends on why they're vegan, right?
Right,
If they're doing it to believe to save animals, then I don't think it would work out with someone who eats animals.
right. Like it truly just depends in that case.
But like a hardcore vegan, like they're like always pushing their beliefs.
Now,
Like
in that case, if like their true root cause of being vegan is just to save all animals, and obviously, again, this is going to cause problems and start arguments and cause division in the marriage, then no, it probably won't work out.
yeah, you have to remember, what if you're dating blues, okay?
What?
And
No thanks. But okay. Wait, you can continue more. Okay, no
Um,
thanks. I think I'll stick with poker.
Yeah, I feel that, but I think it just really comes down to, well, the first thing that you should look for in a relationship is the compatibility, and then the second thing you find out if your beliefs align with each other. I mean, I think it's impossible to expect your partner to have every single belief that you do. That's kind of unrealistic. You just want to make sure this person is in line with you mostly. Like, you guys may disagree a little bit about religion or whatever case might be, but I think if you guys are more similar than different, it can work. Trust me, it can work. And there's a
Exactly.
chance that they can even convert to your beliefs, especially if you're a man. Well, there's a high chance your woman could acquiesce to your worldview, you know?
And that's what
oh,
I was explaining earlier about like usually I feel like morals and understandings will align more to one side even if the marriage does start off with like for example, someone being Protestant and another one being Catholic. A lot of times I feel like they kind of would align in some sense.
I have an
Um
example. I have an example of one that wouldn't work. What about a feminist and a red pill person?
That won't work at all.
Probably not.
That's like fire and ice. That's like fire and ice, bro. That's just gonna be a disaster.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I kind of like agree the idea. Like, you couldn't have like a gay man and a straight man. They couldn't get married because their worldviews are like completely kind of different. But you could have like a straight man and a straight man get married. That could work, I think.
This
Wait,
No, what the
what?
fucking
No,
fuck?
guy,
what are you
No, a
yapping
bro.
straight
about, bro?
if a man and a man are getting married, they're gay, bro. What the fuck?
Exactly. What are you
Hector
yapping
is
Wow,
about
about?
to
dude.
have me do him like Achilles did Hector, bro. Come on,
Yo,
you fuck.
Two wrongs make a
unless you
right,
You
swing,
marry your
Trinity.
best
unless
friend.
you swing both ways, and you're bisexual.
No, no. So
Are you talking about marrying for benefits?
I would constitute homosexual like gay to be strictly people that have an orientation. So if you don't have the orientation but you're still engaging in the behavior, like somebody that is acting in like gay porn, they wouldn't actually be a gay person. They would
Nah,
just
bro,
be
them niggas gay, bro. Hell no.
Yeah.
no, no.
Even if
No,
you let, let me
yeah.
just say this. I'm gonna just
So
say, if you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman, And I'm gonna just let you know this: if you let your girl eat your butt, bro, you're gay. I'm sorry,
Yeah, but here's my
you're
here's
gay.
my here's my problem with
Yeah.
this. Like, so if a gay man is in a heterosexual relationship and he's having sex with a woman, you would still call him gay,
Well, yeah, because he
even
likes
though he's
things up his.
straight.
Well, no, he's not.
Listen,
He's in a
Hector,
straight
the reasoning
relationship, but
behind
wait,
this
wait, wait, wait,
is
wait.
like,
He's in a straight relationship, but in regards to his preference, he still likes things put up his butt. So
Yeah,
he's
so
still a gay man.
that's what I'm basing it on.
Well,
Two
yeah, no,
straight
but
men,
essentially he would be
two straight men,
bisexual then, not gay. He'd be bisexual.
yeah, but two straight men like engaging in marriage that don't have this preference but are just engaging in the marriage and the act, they wouldn't be gay. Just acting in a homosexual way.
no, 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 no. If you suck dick one time, you're gay.
You
Sorry.
know, I never understood why men could be gay. It's like, here's my thing. I understand everyone has a preference. I'm not going to really knock you for it, but why would you want to be gay? It's like women have buttholes too. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god. I cannot
No.
believe that this conversation is happening
I
right now.
actually I had a conversation about this where somebody actually took that position that I'm like up here holding, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's kind of crazy.
it's like, what type of nigga wakes up
That's
in the morning and be like, I want to get fudge packed today? Like, ugh.
Dude,
I
I have to
it's
smell it
not
every
gay,
morning.
bro. That's so weird.
That's bad.
that's one way of putting it. Anybody else?
No.
Anybody who isn't 30. What about get milk? What do you think? I'm not sure who you're here. Or I don't even know the order.
Uh, about the prompt?
Yeah,
No.
makes you say that.
Yeah, I think people with opposite view, like obviously opposite worldviews, with everything that they see and everything that they do, it's going to come back to their values and beliefs. And if they believe completely different things, then it wouldn't work. If like a girl gets pregnant and she's pro-choice and she goes and gets an abortion and the man that she's with is pro-life, sounds like that would be unintuitive for them to be
Yeah,
married.
that makes sense. I agree. Um, I guess that would make sense. Obviously. What about the person at top left? I think your name is Kenna. What do you think about the prompt? Hello, Kenna.
Hold on here, I got you. Ass eater.
That's
Yo,
not the right person.
Oh, she's not
Yeah, what's
responding to
up?
that
What's up?
either.
What's up?
Yeah,
Okay, bro,
no,
that's
no, no.
We're
crazy.
talking to the person in
No,
the
it was
top
look.
left. There, I
Yes, I
think.
know we're talking to Kenna. We're talking to Kenna. Kenna made a very suspect comment earlier after
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
one
Yeah,
of our
you're
friends
calling
said that
her
she
and her
didn't eat
husband out,
ass.
bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, apparently.
husband. Okay.
Kenna, please come back and tell us how you feel about the prompt. Ass
Kenna says,
eater.
hell no, she doesn't do well with confrontation.
yep,
Well, in the
I got
meantime, I think the cat caught her tongue. But
no,
what
I got something good for you, Protect. You might like this one.
you showed me this the other day.
I did.
Yeah, you
Right,
showed me.
I did actually.
Yeah. So what
You
is this
should just
Mar person? Yeah. What do you think about the prompt? The person who likes a potato and trombone, whatever the heck that is.
Um, I agree with him in most part. I think that you have a different worldview. Um,
What the, get
um,
milked? That's not very pro-choice of the man, bro.
I
yeah,
think
that's the thing.
there's some views that are like you can definitely work. Like if somebody's like a very hardcore like socialist, right, and they're like this, and their partner's like a capitalist, right. I think those frameworks could work, but it really depends.
I feel
Um,
like also if like your
This is all
viewpoint,
different. Sorry,
If it's
what?
like
okay.
small political differences, that can work. You know.
yeah.
If your viewpoint has changed, such as my parents, my mom is Catholic and is still Catholic. My dad was brought up Catholic, but now is an atheist. They're still married, and he's still like, so like, yeah, I think like that can work out because those are opposite viewpoints, but like world viewpoints, but like since like he like was brought up with it, he like understands it more. You know what I mean?
Well, most
Yeah.
women are the ones that go for divorce, right? So if it's going to be like if the man does not align with the woman's views in any way, I would probably say that the woman is going to be the willing. But if like they talk about it and like he can agree to some things and he just like is nice about her feelings, then yeah, it could work out.
Yeah, no, I
Anything could
agree.
work out.
I definitely feel like what really matters in a relationship, if it's like a co-equal type thing where everybody, like, there's nobody really leading, it's just like two people, two amazing partners where everything is just
Shut
like
your ass. This
we'll
guy
always come to a
is.
consensus.
Actually, the most like what I think it's like
Yes, there's no
99%
way.
of marriages that succeeded was like through biblical marriages. When they did it, they like prayed every night, and only 1% ended up in divorce.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my mom is also. You guys are talking about like liberal Christians. I would consider my mom a liberal
I don't even know
Christian.
what that is. What's a liberal Christian?
Well, my
They're not a
mom.
Christian by
You're very
definition.
incoherent when
Yeah,
you ask me.
I know. But my mom, she like goes to church and everything, and she's been confirmed, and she like, like I could go on, but
And then
whatever.
No, I get you. You don't have to tell like about your personal experience. I kind of was just
Okay.
joking.
I'm sorry.
I'm still waiting for this
No,
kind of
you're
person
fine.
to
No,
speak.
I wasn't saying. No, I was just saying for your own good. Like telling too much personal information sometimes is not that great for
No, I
you
get what you're
on
saying.
TikToks and stuff.
Like I know like about everything about Amelia, and like she's not.
Yeah.
She's like I'm gonna dox her and everything. It's gonna be
Yeah,
really
literally,
bad.
she's planning on doxing
Yeah.
me. Mara's my little sister.
Sweet.
Oh, well, I think
That's
Amelia is a
that's
crash out
awesome.
from what I've experienced, but yeah.
Actually, that's wrong. Protect, just projecting. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling him project because all he does is project onto other people.
Yeah,
The way
yeah.
that he
Anyways,
acts.
back to rationality land. What were you saying, Mar?
What?
What were you saying before this person horribly interrupted me?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was kind of done. I think I still hold the viewpoint that if a guy's pro-choice, and the woman's pro-life, that would work out.
I disagree.
Yeah. But I know what you said, but like I feel like the guy wouldn't really be pro-choice then if he told her to abort it.
You know how you get single mothers? It's like that exact scenario.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean,
Is
I
milk a
agree with
guy
the
or a girl?
comment saying that it's more
not-
likely to work out, rather than like the opposite way around. I think they would be more likely to work out rather than having a woman who is pro-choice and a man who's pro-life.
I do actually. I would probably agree it's more likely, but like when you say more likely, you're talking about like the difference between like 0.01% and like 0.1%, you know?
Sure.
Probably
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to be the
He
most
most likely
likely
might be
scenario.
a deadbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely he is going to go to jail to avoid having to pay child support.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, dang.
Well,
Like, kind of like how my dad went out for the milk and never came back. But sorry, anyway.
Well, dang.
well, that's
Wait,
one way of
you're
putting it.
black? You're black?
Yes, yeah, you knew this. You knew this.
My grandfather was a milkman, and he's white. Ain't that crazy?
Well, that's
he
one
was the
way of putting
milkman,
it.
not the man that went out
Is
for
that why
milk,
your name's
you know?
Get Milked?
Duh.
All right, well, that's one way of putting it. So this person, oh yeah, this Sav person, what do you think about the prompt?
Sav's a pick me.
What?
I'm not a pick me. Yeah, I actually am. I'll admit that.
Oh,
I think it just depends on the topic. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody agrees to that. Whether it's religion, like the pro-choice, pro-life, which I don't know, that one's kind of touchy, I guess. But I think whoever said like if the man's pro-choice and the woman's pro-life, I feel like there's maybe even just a slight. I think it would work out more, but I just like Two Poor said, it's like saying the 0.01 or whatever to 1 point. I don't even know, but yeah, I think it just depends. I think the religion one would just be a bigger topic of if it would really work or not, but I don't know.
All right, and unhinged Sav has spoken. So this person at the bottom writes, Val, arguably one of the most unhinged people here. What do you think of the prompt?
Oh, I've already spoken on this before. I said no.
Can you elaborate again?
I I don't remember exactly what I had said, but I fear it comes into play like whatchamacallit. I don't know. I just don't think that it would really work out. I don't remember why.
If you've already said it before, it's okay. The host just has short-term memory loss, so we can't
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
he's
like
low-key
probably like
Dory.
decades ago. She probably said it like decades ago.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
Well, actually, yeah, because you haven't gone live on this account in a while.
Well, host needs to submit to Constantinople. That's-
I'm thinking about that. I'm
What,
inquiring.
what are you waiting
You're
for?
gonna have to. Yeah, stop. Bro's been inquiring for like 6 months now without making it.
It takes
Bro's got like
time.
a whole like
Dude, by the
papal,
time
what is it? A
but-
papal tiger in his profile pic is crazy. It's like I'm inquiring, I guess.
The tiger.
You know?
What happened?
Well, it's
So
a
go to
jaguar,
liturgy.
but
Well, same
I
difference. Whatever it is, it's an
I
animal. It's a feline.
I'm trying to switch it. I'm trying to make it a beetle next time. Maybe that'll
That's
look cool.
definitely a cheetah.
A beetle? A beetle? Are you just saying that like you like to roll pieces of poop into like weird shapes and then?
I like that laugh.
No, no. You think a Venus flytrap would be cool too? That'd be pretty
I
cool.
thought you said a fetus
Venus
flytrap. I
flytrap
was
is
so
crazy.
cute.
I said
That's
Venus.
crazy. Are you calling yourself a trap, dude?
Like a thirst trap, maybe.
He had it.
No,
Oh.
bro literally just called himself a trap. Bro's a femboy for real.
That's crazy.
I get that a lot. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or something.
What the fuck?
I
No,
should
get
change
out
mine
of
back
here,
to
bro.
Bibble.
Oh my god. Dude, if I could kick you off your own panel, I would. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, if I could kick him off of his panel, he would have been gone by now.
Yeah. If you could give me a gift, maybe I'll be kicked off. But
I wish I
I'll
could.
give
I
you
should change mine back to Bibble.
a swan. All right. Anybody else who wants to say something about this?
I
I'm
have
not.
to say something.
But I think I have some more topics we can discuss. What do
It's
you
a
guys think
shame.
about that lady who was shot in Minnesota?
Oh, I need more context on
Justified.
that.
Yeah, so I seen the whole video basically. The officer was trying to get her to get out the car. He kept telling her, like, get out the car, get out the car. And like a dumb bitch, she stepped on the gas and almost hit. Well, she did hit the officer, but not too hard. And he popped her 3 times.
A second
That's
officer.
pretty much
There's
what
two
happened.
officers. Well,
Look,
agents.
I'm not gonna
all I
lie.
gotta
If someone
say
tried to hit me,
is,
I'm sorry. If someone tried to hit me with a car, I would have done the same thing. You're
Well,
getting your
yeah,
face
me
stuff
too.
off.
And
Me
like
too. But
my
all I'm
whole
saying is,
thing.
I did hear, and this kind of informs
Like,
my
well, lie,
opinion.
I'll take your
I
face off.
did hear that when she hit the gas pedal, she said Allahu Akbar, and
Fuck
Bro.
you, boy.
that does inform. I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm
You
fucking
forgot
with
to
you.
Wait,
say it.
someone requested
I
to
think-
join, so I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
drop.
Sam.
I'm gonna drop this Val person because they're very irrational. So yeah,
I
oops.
do want to
W.
say, so like, I know I don't really want to talk, like, I don't mind talking about this, but like, it almost like bothers me because people are saying like ICE is not like police, they're not this, they're not this. But I'm like, you have to understand, well, they're like, they had no right to, I forget if I have to like,
Yeah, they're
censor
federal
myself,
agents.
but pew
definitely not
pew.
the
They
police,
go.
but they do
So,
have. Here's the thing about
but
ICE: they're not the police, but they
there's,
have
Yeah.
the authority to get immigrants, like
right,
illegal immigrants.
but I'm saying like, regarding like pew pew, right? So they're saying they had no right. They didn't need to or have self defense, whatever the case may be, right? Or make an arrest in general. And I'm like, you understand, citizens can do this. Citizens can make a citizen's arrest. So what is the actual difference? Like, if you don't think they're cops, fine, but they have every right to, if they
Yeah,
want
they're
to,
not
quote,
cops.
arrest.
Girl, the
Right.
difference
Federal
is arrest
agents.
and
Two different things.
murder.
Wait a minute. Wait, we have
What?
a new person. This person's named Rachel. So,
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
so one, what do you think about the prompt? And two, what do you think about what was just said?
So can a marriage work with someone of an opposite worldview? I believe like it can if people aren't super passionate about their worldview. I am personally very passionate about my worldview, so I feel like I couldn't be with someone who shared opposite of me. And about what was just said, I don't agree that she should have been killed for what she did.
Well, it's not that I was saying. I know you were kind of like going with me on that. Like, I'm not saying it was justifiable. I was just saying in regards to the arrest.
What
Or
arrest? There was no
self-defense.
arrest, girl.
No,
I
I'm
say if
saying
you're
he was
gonna,
trying to arrest her.
And so,
Right.
what does that matter, though?
Okay, so listen. So, like, everyone says ICE agents aren't cops, they're not law enforcement, right? So, they shouldn't have had to, like, say, he kept saying, get out of the car to make an arrest, right? He was trying to make an arrest. They're saying he was not justified in doing that because he's not law enforcement. But citizens can make an arrest if they deem it justifiable,
Sam,
right?
So, do you think
wait,
if
they can,
someone
wait, hang on,
resists, do you think if someone
ICE agents,
resists arrest,
Rachel,
do
ICE
you think if
agents
someone
can do
resists
this,
arrest,
by
then
the
they should
way.
deserve to be
They
killed?
don't do they don't do that. They don't do citizens arrest. ICE agents can detain someone for up to 3 days if they're getting themselves involved and getting
Okay,
themselves in part of where they're
so do
trying
you
to
think
get the
someone
people
resisting
arrested.
arrest or resisting detainment should be killed?
We didn't
No,
say,
no
we
one
haven't,
should. No one
So then
should
why
be
are you
killed for any.
defending this
No, but if
then?
you're
I'm not
going to do
justifying it.
something, if you're using your vehicle as a weapon, then yeah, it's
Did you
gonna
watch
be the
the
case
video,
that you're
girl?
probably gonna unalive for using your
You watched
vehicle
the
as a weapon.
video?
Yeah, I watched the video.
He
She used her
flipped his
vehicle as a
gun from
weapon.
his left hand to his right hand before
The moment she hit him, he pulled up his pew pew and he used it. Yeah, the moment he
yeah,
was hit.
he wasn't hit, girl. Look at the
Yeah, he
video.
was. If you look at his feet go back and
Oh my god, so
literally
he was
slide
bummed?
on the
Oh my god,
fucking
he was
ice
bummed?
from
Either
being hit.
way,
No,
either way, if a
he pulled
vehicle
his
is,
After he shot her,
pulled
he
his
goes,
gun
you effing bitch.
preemptively.
hold
Wait,
on.
if
He
the
goes, you
Simmer
effing bitch.
down, everybody.
I
okay,
just want to
You guys
say,
are like
like,
delusional
if
that
you
you're
had a
defending them.
vehicle,
You guys
right?
are gonna be the same people who defend Charlie, like who are like, oh, Charlie Cook shouldn't have died, but then you're
All right, simmer down, everybody. It's getting a little bit heated. That wasn't me who muted, but it's getting
No,
a little
I
bit heated.
did because, like, nobody else can get a word out. Get Milked hasn't even, I didn't even fully hear what they had to say. So,
my point,
Okay.
like basically, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. Sorry, I didn't say.
I was just gonna say that like if the ICE agent wasn't hit and he wasn't in front of the vehicle, then how did the bullet get in front of like right in the windshield corner?
First bullet deployed while he was on the side of the vehicle, and
watch
that's
the video. Watch the
in the
wait,
video.
video.
Milked,
It was like right in front of the windshield. So
can
Watch the
I didn't
video.
fully,
Yeah, but you
I,
can still he was still feet planted on the side of the vehicle
no,
when
his
the
feet wasn't
first
Mm-hmm.
planted.
shot rang out. That's
No, it
just
wasn't
visual.
planted. No, it wasn't planted.
He
He
was on the
literally got
left
hit
of the
first.
vehicle.
If I may
Yep.
He
say
was on the
something,
left of the
He was
vehicle,
in the
and
front. He got hit, and he literally moved to the left as he got
he
hit.
preemptively drew his if you look at
Yeah.
the footage of his phone, you see that he, before he's even in front of the vehicle, he's still to the passenger side of the vehicle. He actually changes his phone from his right hand to his left hand, and then
So
on
he can
another
draw his gun.
angle, Rachel, can you stop interrupting? And on another angle, you can actually see that he preemptively draws
he just
his gun
left.
before she is finished reversing. And then also on the visual of his personal video, you see that she's actually locking her wheel far right, which shows that she wasn't actually aiming for him, because
It
if he
doesn't
had
matter.
shot her and the wheel was straight, directing at him, she would have plowed right into him, because there would
Yeah,
have been no time for her to move her wheel because she was unalived at that point on the
can I
first shot.
ask the
wait,
significance
one.
on why the direction of the vehicle mattered? The vehicle
Yeah,
was in, like, either way, the vehicle was going towards him, whether it was to the right, the left, straight, right? So if anybody is seeing a vehicle coming at them, yeah, they're going to try to defend themselves. I'm not justifying it, but I am saying that the direction of the vehicle shouldn't matter in this case.
Actually, if you look at the law, it specifically states that there is no reason to use lethal force against a mobile vehicle unless you have exercised all other options, which would include like aiming for a tire. So
actually, no, no,
his
no, no. That's
option
not
was
exercising it. No, no,
immediately
that's not
to
true.
the
No,
passenger. It's actually within the
exercising
US
all options,
Constitution.
Oh no, Opal. Exercising all options would literally be exactly what they were doing, which was trying to get her to stop to get out of the car. And by this way, this man has been hit by a car before. He has done the waiting. He has done that game, and he went into a hospital and was severely injured from playing that game. So there's no more games playing anymore. They're not
So you're
doing that shit.
saying, wait, so you're saying that the officer had PTSD and therefore
No,
shot
I'm
the
not
woman in
saying
the
that it's
face
good for this
because he
reason.
had previous
No.
experience?
Well, no, I'm saying because of his previous experience, for that exact reason, there's no more risk factors. As soon as it hits, as soon as a car is going to be used as a weapon on someone, you should absolutely do whatever you can to stop the situation. And if that situation to be stopped is going to be unaliving someone, it's going to be an unfortunate incident. They
W
shouldn't be in that, like, they shouldn't do that.
A
They shouldn't have been
3-point
there.
turn is not
They should have
weaponizing
stopped.
vehicle.
Yes.
She,
No. Hitting
They
no, I'm
shouldn't
someone
not.
even
is
started.
weaponizing
She
it.
should she have stopped? Yes. Was she aiming for the officer?
That
No,
Doesn't
she
doesn't
matter.
was
matter.
exhibiting a
She hit him.
3-point turn.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
not
When
about
you
what
hit
matters,
someone,
it's about the
Opal,
facts.
regardless of how you hit them, if you hit someone, did you hit someone? Yes or no?
As I said, it's about the facts.
No,
Regardless of
So
intent,
the facts of
doesn't
the matter
matter.
is she
If
was
you,
she was exhibiting a 3-point turn. He had
that
it doesn't
doesn't
matter.
PTSD
matter. That
regarding
was
the
the first issue.
incident,
That's the first
and the
issue is
first
her backing up in the first place. She
yeah the
never should have
first
had the
shot.
vehicle in drive, in reverse, in neutral. It should have been parked and she should have complied, right? So she didn't even let her wife back in the car. She just drove off.
Yeah, as I said,
So
if
why
you
does
look
the
at
direction of the vehicle matter in this case again?
if you actually look at the video, at whoever's got the main screen with that still shot of the incident, you can actually see that, as I stated, he drew his gun before she put the car into drive, which means that he
Yes, because if you
You
put
preemptively
it into
also
pulled the
just
drive, you're
gun.
using
stated
it
that
as
it
a
was on the
weapon.
passenger side when he drew that, so that's also a lie. He's not
No,
on the
like
passenger
I
side.
said,
It's not
this is a
pointed at her.
preemptive. I'm saying, as I just said, you're looking at the photo right here. This photo is before she drives forward. This is when
Yeah.
she is still reversed and is still turning her
And
wheel
she
far
shouldn't
to the
move
right,
forward.
and she hasn't actually hit the officer yet.
Yeah, and he
Whether
has it
she hit the
out because
officer or not,
she,
I
yeah,
still
wait,
don't.
if she
I
hits
don't
him, then
verify
he
that.
has
I
all
can't say
right.
yes or no.
Wait, if
As
she
I
hits
said,
him, then he has all right to do the
no,
said
no,
action
he
to
doesn't.
stop it. Yes.
Can I
Yeah,
ask,
which involves shooting the tires
Opal,
first.
can I
No.
ask,
Your
do you
objections
find
are
the
kind of down
do
line.
you do you find an issue in the first place with her backing up in the first place, like disregarding order?
So if you look at the history of what was
Or
happening, like in the moment, one of the officers were telling her to get out of the way and drive away, and then the other ones were demanding for
that
her to
that
exit
doesn't
her
answer my
vehicle.
question. I'm not asking what happened. I'm saying, well, I
But I
am
agree
saying
with the
that, but
facts.
do you agree with the fact that she reversed after being asked to do so?
Wait, Han, no one, also, no
Yeah,
agent
she
told her
was
to leave,
still.
by the way. Like, they told her to leave way beforehand when they were blocking traffic, and when she didn't, it's like, okay, time's up, now you have to come out.
Right.
The officer that's masked and on the left side of the door, she had actually waved the vehicle through and told the vehicle that that officer was in to go through. So she wasn't actually blocking that officer when he decided to exit his own vehicle.
No. She's blocking the road. She was right there. She kept her
When you
car and
when you
blocking
do a 3-point
traffic.
turn, do you block the road?
She was literally, or her car, her vehicle was there for the past 5 to 10 minutes, sitting like that. What are you talking about? She wasn't doing a 3-point turn.
Not at
She
all.
was backing up and then going forward, turning right, which it looks like she was trying to hit the dude, but she slipped on ice.
No, she was. It looks like she was trying to flee, not that she was trying to hit him. It's about intent.
Either
So
way, the
whether she
intent,
hit
we
him or
don't know
not,
the intent, right? But the vehicle
well,
was
her
going towards
last
him.
her last
If you,
words to the man on video was, "It's all right, dude. I'm not mad at you." That was
Why
her
does that
last words
matter?
captured on video.
Why
So
does that
that
wait,
matter?
Because you're saying intent. So if you think
Right,
about
I'm saying
intent and
intent
use
doesn't
critical
matter.
thinking,
Intent does not matter.
uh,
So the vehicle was going towards him.
the difference
Anybody that
between
has
a
a vehicle
homicide,
going towards them is going to self-defend.
the difference between manslaughter and a murder charge is intent. That's
Okay.
the
Oh,
whole
it's
Wait,
not.
basis.
wait, she's
It's
saying
not.
in this case.
In any case, in regards
No.
to homicide,
No.
the difference is intent and preemptiveness.
Wait,
Oh, try not
in
to
what
say
way?
that word on here.
Oh, sorry.
Just say H side. That's fine.
Hate
Yeah.
side.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like,
So
Wait, but
the
this
what
difference
doesn't
difference
even
between
matter in
that?
this case, though. I'm just
it
saying.
matters in every case for
But
legality.
I'm saying the intent does not matter in this circumstance right now, because either way, the vehicle was going towards him.
She was
Either
using
Yes.
way.
it's literally being
It
used as a deadly weapon right now.
no, it was not being used as a deadly
Is a
weapon.
vehicle okay,
It
Opal?
was
If
weaponized.
your neighbor, right? If your neighbor is going towards you with a vehicle, whether you had time to get out of the way or not, would you think that's like use of a whatever use? I forget the term. Already,
Yeah, you
but-
can use of a deadly weapon.
Right,
Can I say
right.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's just a
Okay.
yeah,
lethal weapon.
it
Would
is.
you
It
think
can
so?
be. It can be. But again,
Even without the
it's about
intent being
intent.
there?
The whole
Even
point.
without the being
The whole
no.
point of
with-
driving a vehicle and making it into a weapon is the intent of using that vehicle.
Opal,
It's the
if
way
you
How
you
are you
use the
supposed to
vehicle,
know
Hang
the
on,
which is
intent?
the intent.
Opal, if you know someone is behind you and you go in reverse and hit them, do you think that the intent matters like that in that case?
Yeah, I intentionally reversed to hit
Are you
someone.
sure that like what if that wasn't like their intent? It was just like it was their intent wasn't to hit the person. Their intent was to reverse, right? But they know that there's someone behind them and they end up hitting someone behind them. Do you think that they still hit someone behind them and that still was like lethal force against that person?
No, because are you speaking about like a person behind them or a vehicle behind them?
There's
Yeah,
someone
just
driving a
like
vehicle and they want to go in reverse and they know that there's someone behind them. They know that there is a person behind them and their intent is just to go in reverse, right?
And
But
not
they end up
hit them.
hitting the person.
That's
Yeah,
called
the
an
intent is not
accident.
to. Oh my god.
I don't think
Is
you're
that
understanding.
is that not called an accident when you
It's called an
accidentally
accident, right?
make
But the
contact
intent
with someone?
but the
You
intent doesn't matter at all.
you know
Well,
someone's
that's
behind you
the
and you
difference.
still hit them, but your intent is just to go in reverse.
Yeah, that therefore it
And you
makes
think
it
that
an
that's an accident?
accident.
Oh my god,
That
that's crazy.
when you do something that you didn't mean to do, that is called an accident. Am I wrong?
Wait,
Would
no,
you
I'm
still
just
When you
saying
cause
do
that
something
bodily
that you
harm?
didn't mean to do,
wait,
that's
hang on.
called an accident.
Wait, it's not that like, it's not what they didn't mean to do or whatever. I'm talking about literal, like their intent is just to go in reverse, even though they know someone's behind them. They know that this person could be harmed if they go in reverse.
Like they see the person, but
Like
they don't
Yeah.
intend.
and bodily harm still occurs.
Well, that's not an accident. I don't see how it is an accident.
Yeah.
I want to let the other two people say something about the prompt or this technically. So don't forget your points. But let's try it. What do you have to say about what was just said?
The lady that was talking about shooting out a tire first is completely wrong. You never shoot for a tire for any law enforcement procedure. That's not even an option. They're actually trained not to do that due to liability.
Isn't it liability to take a life rather than to disarm a weapon?
You have greater odds of taking a life with a ricocheting bullet in a crowded area going through a tire of somebody completely innocent, or them losing control of their car and going into the crowd of people. So they're absolutely trained not to shoot at tires. Or missing the tire completely and hitting the pavement and having it bounce off and hit somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with it.
So that justifies taking a life?
No, you said it was one of the ways that they should have avoided shooting the driver.
Oh,
And
so
I was saying you are
yeah.
completely wrong on that.
Yeah, so I said that legally they have to exhume every alternative option that they can before aiming for the human being. And it's
he had like
clear
2.3 seconds to
and
do no
it's
option.
clear that he excessively reacted because fine, first shot, understandable in terms of law enforcement. You know, I don't think that in this situation it was understandable, but in just, you know, without context, first shot understandable, but following up with two shots, I
This
don't
is
I don't think
completely
that's a
in
reasonable
training. Once the first
reaction.
once the first shot is cleared, he's cleared because
Wait,
law enforcement is trained to fire in multiple shots,
so
not
why
in one shot.
so why did intent matter with her but not him?
And secondly, intent doesn't matter at all
You're
Well, I know
serious?
that, but Opal is
because the
saying there's
officer
intent.
can't know their intent.
One person was bumped by a car, the other person was executed in the street. Like, are you serious?
Bumped
How
by a
dumb
car,
can you
really?
be?
Wait,
Yeah, it was bumped.
okay, so
It's
again, why
He didn't
does the
fall off his
intent
feet.
of the driver
if
matter?
dude,
Why does one
if anyone hits you with a car, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter if it's a
What
little
other
bump or
intent
what.
does he
You
have if he puts his gun up to her face and shoots?
he
Bump
didn't
by
put it
a
up to
car
her
can cause
face. He
serious
was
injury.
getting hit by a
I
car
swear to
and
God, you
used.
people are so stupid. It's actually
Okay.
I
shocking.
actually know somebody who lost their leg getting bumped by a
Well,
car
how do you
that
convict
accidentally
people?
got thrown into
wait,
neutral and had
my
nothing but a
question my
rolling
question was
momentum.
never
You
answered.
guys have.
Hey,
Well,
so
I'm stating
why
that
does the intent of the
intent matters.
driver
Okay, wait.
matter or not matter, but the law enforcement it's just disregarded?
You just stated that the intent of the driver doesn't matter, and I'm saying that the intent of
I'm saying why
the
does it
driver does
matter?
matter.
I'm
It
saying
matters
why does it matter
because
for one but not the other?
it matters for both. What do you mean?
But it didn't when you were
It
just saying something
it
about
it
the ice person standing right in front of her car.
Yeah, like I said, the clip that is being shown is before she drives forward. So he's already preemptively decided that he is going to pew her.
Yeah, if she drives forward, he's gonna use it. Yeah, if she hits him, he's gonna use it. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're gonna use a vehicle as a lethal weapon, it makes sense to have yourself prepared for any situation.
She was given a lawful order to get out the car before he even did that, and she
She's a
did
U.S.
not comply.
citizen. She's a U.S. citizen, so
That
Okay.
ICE
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
have
That's
any
okay.
jurisdiction
Yes,
That
yes,
in
is
they do.
regards
absolutely
Wait,
100% not true.
to
stop. This
detaining
is
one.
wait, Opal. This is this is such misinformation. He is a federal agent. I don't understand why you think he doesn't have any jurisdiction.
I said he doesn't have jurisdiction over U.S. citizens in regards to
Yeah, he is a federal agent first. Yes, he
immigration.
does. He is
ICE
a
stands for
federal.
what?
Okay. Maybe you're not understanding me. All right. He is a federal agent first. It doesn't matter what agency he works for. If you're giving a lawful order by a federal agent, you have to comply. There. End of story.
They're
I made the
federal.
comparison with a citizen's arrest to them. Like, we can make a citizen's arrest, right? End quote. Why couldn't he? If he's a literal federal agent, why does it matter if it's regarding immigration? Like whatever jurisdiction, end quote. Why does that
Yeah.
matter?
Well, hold
They
on.
have
Let me
authority to
clear
do
that
this all
up.
over the U.S.
Yeah, let me clear that up. And this is what people are like, they're not
Yeah,
understanding. And I'm like on my fourth cup of coffee after being in the 5 lives that I was in.
yeah, but
He's a federal agent. Okay,
ICE
let me
has no
finish.
jurisdiction to enforce traffic laws.
Wait, but let him respond.
There's no traffic laws happening. She was obstructing justice. and he
To
gave her a
exit the
lawful
vehicle is
order
a
to
traffic
get.
law.
Okay,
Not
no,
necessarily.
that's not. All
I mean,
right,
if
let
you're
me
telling
ask
like
you.
a felon to get out of their car, it's not like a traffic, it's a separate issue. Sorry, go ahead,
An
Last.
Yeah,
illegal immigrant is
it's
different.
Okay, wait. I was just trying
stop,
to
stop.
clarify what Last was saying, but I want to let him finish his idea and then you can respond.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question, Opal. Have you seen all 7 of the videos that have come out about this incident? If you haven't, then this conversation is probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I've seen
You've
all.
seen all the
Yeah,
videos?
I've seen all the
Okay,
videos
great.
from every
Okay,
angle, and I've also
okay.
read. I've also read that legally, ICE agents can't order you out of the car. They can stop
That's
you
not
and they can
true.
ask you a series of questions, but they are not
He
allowed to
that
force you out
is,
of the car.
ma'am,
Legally,
that is,
especially if you're a citizen.
ma'am, that is not true. Okay, they're federal agents first. Okay? Now they might work for an agency that deals with immigration, but they are federal agents first. So if you're giving a if you're oh, fuck me. Excuse my language. Words are hard today. If you're given a lawful order by a federal agent to stop your vehicle and get out of the car, then you have to comply. That's not what happened. She was given a lawful order and then she
So
backs her car up and goes towards a federal agent, and he used lawful force to stop her from running him over while still getting hit.
Last man, could you just
What?
let us all know, teach us what a lawful order is?
Sure. Step out of the vehicle.
So would it be a lawful order if you were just driving down the street, you've broken no traffic laws or anything, for a federal agent to come up to you and demand at gunpoint that you step out of your vehicle? Would that be a lawful order?
They were
If
interfering
Yeah,
there's
with
a
but
justified,
operations.
this
This
on,
is a
everybody.
hypothetical. This is a
wait,
hypothetical. I
wait,
wasn't talking
wait.
about this situation.
This so first off, if you watch the
No,
video,
I'm
wait,
not
he's
talking
not
about
even
that.
talking about
I'm
this
not talking about
situation.
that situation. I'm talking about,
oh,
would
you're
that
just
be a
giving me a random
lawful
scenario.
order?
No,
Would that
just
be a
in
lawful
general.
order?
In general, yeah, like you would still have to stop because, like, what are you gonna do? Back up, pull up, and run away? You're fleeing now, and
Okay,
now
you could just say
I gotta chase you.
if there is
Well,
coherent legal justification for the order, then yes,
okay,
it
so
would
what's
be a
the
lawful order.
justification in this case?
You and
Okay,
you still
there you
can't,
go.
and you still can't flee. And in this case, yes,
So
he
what's the
had the
legal
right.
justification?
She was obstructing justice
And how do you know that?
because I've watched the video and I've read the case law.
I mean, no charges have been brought forth so far, right? Like, this isn't.
This just happened, buddy.
So why are you
And he's
claiming
not
something that you
being
don't know?
because I watched the video. She was given a lawful order after they were picking up a P3DO, right? They picked up a P3DO who wasn't supposed to be here. And he, after he saw her blocking the convoy, because she was leading a convoy earlier that day to stop ICE officers from doing their job. So she blocks them from going down the street. And then the other officer got tired of it after her wife gets out the car and is assaulting his partner, right? So then the other officer
What's assault?
gets out. Assault is walking and verbally talking to someone, threatening them. I again, like,
What did
I don't
the
know
partner
if you
say?
guys.
Because
I don't
I
know if
saw the
you
video
guys
which just stated
saw
that
the videos.
go get lunch,
Didn't
big
you?
boy. That's the
Yeah,
only video
no.
I saw.
Yeah,
Go
maybe
get
Okay,
stop
lunch, big
spreading
boy.
misinformation and
there's
conspiracy
no, I'm
Jumping
theories.
not.
on the lawful
No,
order thing.
yeah, dude, I've seen 7 videos of this, and it's just like
Yeah, not
I
once
don't
did
know what to
she
fucking tell you people.
did she assault did the wife assault anyone? She
Walking towards someone and saying things towards. So there's 2 different charges here, right?
So could I
You
say
have
that you're assaulting me just by speaking to me?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Will that make it true?
It doesn't have to, but there's literally a fucking video.
Exactly. So just
All right,
because
did you
someone
see the
claims
video?
assault doesn't make it true.
Whose
Did
job
you
is it
see?
to decide whether something's a lawful order or not?
The
Oh
court
my god.
why she should have
Yeah,
been arrested, not shot point blank.
she wasn't shot point blank. She aimed a 2-ton vehicle at him while he was walking across her
The vehicle's
It wasn't aimed
vehicle.
the
at him.
vehicle's wheels
The
are locked to the
vehicle
right, as
the
you can see in the
vehicle
photo.
the vehicle instantly becomes a weapon.
It was locked to the
This
Your
right,
isn't
argument
not
makes no
directed at
sense.
him.
You're essentially saying that any
this
police
isn't hard,
officer,
man.
you're essentially saying that any police officer who stops someone on the side of the road, like oncoming traffic, they could be justified in like shooting them from the side, like from the side of the street, because they have a vehicle and they're going towards the officer, and that's a deadly weapon at
Yes,
that
the
point.
vehicle now. Yeah, you just proved my point. Yes.
No,
If I'm
that's
walking
ridiculous.
across here,
That's
if
absolutely
I'm walking,
ridiculous. How stupid
all
are
right,
you?
all right. How do I stop you? You have a 2-ton vehicle, and I'm 180 pounds with 40 pounds of gear. How do I stop you?
Sorry, relative
I
question.
already. Hold on. Well, wait. Let me finish. Let me land my plane. I already know your intent because you backed up and then you came forth towards me. So how do I stop you? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna tell the car, "Hey, turn off, car"?
Stop you from
No.
what? Stop you from what? Like being alive?
From leaving the scene. She was given a lawful. Dude, this is why.
You don't know
This
that
is
it was a
why I
So
lawful
don't.
why do
order.
car
All
chases
right,
happen
you don't.
then?
He's a federal
Why
agent.
do car
Are you
chases happen?
serious? Why do
Are you from
car?
Minneapolis last?
All right. Who knows me here? Sev, you know me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sev. Other people know me here, dude. I don't want to talk from a point of I don't want to talk from a point of authority, and I'm getting sick. Okay. I look.
No one's asking you
Just
to.
trust me.
Like
Okay.
I said, why
Just
do
trust me.
if a vehicle is used as a weapon or used to flee, what and
Mm-hmm.
legally an officer should just like unalive the person in the face. Why do car chases happen then? If every other officer who is involved in vehicular breakings of the law, why do car chases happen? And why is it that even in the past, police officers have been why is it that they've been hit in the past and a death hasn't occurred? And
Because
even
that's
then,
not.
What?
and
I'm
even
confused
then,
on where
that's
car
actually
chases come
false on
into
that.
this.
and even
There's
said, even then, you
there's a video a
stated,
couple months
Opal.
ago where someone ran over a cop. He was on top of the windshield and he just started mag dumping her. And then there's another instance to where the one car beamed a officer and his partner unloaded. So that's
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Look.
false
that's
what you're saying.
This
yeah,
is
but that's
not.
an excessive contact from the vehicle, not a
Yeah,
bump.
and just like what happened to that agent.
A bump.
Yeah.
Regardless of
Excessive
how you
contact is
feel
not a
about
bump.
ICE and all that, and how
He
your
was
politics
hardly
align,
touched.
it's
And also,
that body cam footage
Last man
doesn't
said that
lie.
he watched the video from every angle, which means that
Yeah. There's 7
which means that
videos.
you watched the point of view from the officer's mobile video camera, which clearly shows
Okay.
Them
that.
being hit, yes.
Hi.
Okay, so what amount of force would cause a phone to be knocked out of your
So
hand?
sorry, I was just interrupted.
No,
Didn't
it's okay.
ready.
I haven't.
So
I haven't
So
been able to
actually,
finish a fucking
Yeah, I mean,
sentence.
yeah, let me finish my thought
Come
and then I
on.
actually have to go. So last man, you
well,
said that you watched every angle, which includes the point of view of the officer's mobile, which clearly shows that when he's crossing in front of the vehicle, it clearly shows that the driver locks the wheel far to the right. If the driver was aiming for the officer, wouldn't she direct the wheels to the officer and not
if it,
directly lock the wheel to
why
the right?
this is why I
Last
brought
man.
this up earlier.
Oh, I didn't
No,
realize your name
I
was
don't
See the wheels
care.
from the
Last man.
officer's
I
point of
don't
view video
care. This
at
is
all.
why I brought it up earlier. Why does the direction of the vehicle matter? And like you said, I'm gonna just go on. Well, let's try it. Ask this because I just heard it and it makes perfect sense with the cell phone situation.
Actually, you can't see the wheels.
ET cups.
So, okay, so like, one, why does the direction of the wheel or the vehicle matter in this circumstance? And then, well, I just lost it.
It
Oh,
would
with the
matter
cell
if the
phone.
officer to the
5 minutes
side of
ago.
the car had shot.
So,
Well, because
no,
the narrative is that she
no,
wanted
how
to
much?
run the officer over. But if you look at the direction of the wheel and the way that she locked the vehicle to the right, if she wanted to run the officer over, she would have directed the wheels directly at the officer and not locked the wheel far to the right.
Why did you say when he pulled the weapon? You said this earlier. He pulled the weapon when he was on the passenger side. Did you not?
I said he preemptively pulled the weapon before she put the car into drive, and that the
No,
first
you
shot.
said the passenger side. You said he preemptively
Yeah,
drew
let
the
me finish.
weapon
Okay,
on the
let me
passenger side,
Yeah,
so on the video camera, right? So how much force does it take to knock a cell phone out of his hand if he wasn't bumped or hit?
yeah. So as I said before, I said that his phone was in his right hand when he was on the passenger side of the vehicle. As he was crossing in front of the vehicle, he moved his phone from his right hand to his left hand. As you can see in the photo displayed, that was when he decided to pull his weapon preemptively before she had even finished reversing. Then you can also see in the video that she was locking her wheels to the right, because in his point of view, you can clearly see that she locked the wheel far right. And then also, when you look at a different angle of when the first shot was rung, he was to the left of the vehicle. Both of his feet were on the left hand side of the vehicle. Yes, it might have been on an angle. So say like you're looking at a square, you're on the front right corner of that square. So if you stand a little bit back, you can clearly be able to aim something not only at the side of the vehicle, but also at the front of the vehicle. So regardless, he's not smack bang in front. He's actually to the side of the vehicle on the front side. So that is also why the first shot that was rung was visually you could see his feet were planted to the left, and that the shot was from the left-hand sided angle or right-hand sided angle, depending on the direction that you're facing.
He was bladed.
And yet
That's
she
what
still
we
hit him.
covered.
All right,
Yeah.
1 second. There's one person who hasn't said anything. So Johnny,
Anyway, it's dinner time. I gotta go.
So Johnny, what
Yo,
if you? What do you have to say about what was just said?
I'm gonna say that's a double standard because y'all over here looking at everything that the officer did wrong. But if we go back to like the beginning of this, they was not even there for her, right? And when she used her car to block off the agents to enter wherever they was trying to go to, she put herself involved. So I'm not gonna say she was asking for it, but at some point she wanted trouble that day, right? Now y'all want to say they approached her aggressively and all that, cool. But once the order was to get out your car and you kind of knew what you was doing, she should have just got out. You can't just leave after that. And once the car made contact with the agent, in my mind, he has all the right to shoot or to pew pew because a car is a lethal weapon. You know what I'm saying?
God.
And it doesn't matter if the car was bagging up, reverse, or going forward. Once the agents told her to get out the car, she should have just got out. I really think everybody is so upset about this. Okay, not about to make this a racial thing, but I'm just gonna say it's because she's a white woman, and that's why everybody is like so upset about it. Because if it was a black person every day on the news, if a black person did this, they asking for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go up and stop a cop from pulling somebody over with them blocking with my car, and then when they come up and be like, "Give me your ID," I'm like, "No," and then they be like, "Get out the car," and I just really put my car and drive towards them, bump or not. You know what I'm saying? You won't get mad when a human jumps into a lion den at the zoo and the lion eat them. You be like, "Damn, what we kill the lion for? Why was she
Usually,
there?"
sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt, but like usually, I would say, like what you said, I would say this is more like a left and a right kind of thing. What from what I noticed, I know very little about this case, but it seems like this is more right versus left. Debacle. Um,
Well, protect their like it's so much misinformation about the story that they're making it political, and it's ridiculous because we have video footage, you can FOIA request it, we have body cam footage, we have different angles, and it's like we're not even watching. It's like I could show someone who is politically motivated, like the person who was just here, and it's like, are we watching the same video? It's weird.
Were they
When
even American?
when
Like, how
that
are you
body
saying
cam
that
footage got dropped, I was
charged in
arguing on a
American
panel about it,
politics?
and they told me that shit was AI. You believe that? They actually told me that shit was AI, the body cam footage.
No,
Oh dear.
bro, no, what the fuck? Wait, someone told you that? Okay, my brain hurts. Someone
I
said
think
that that was
everything is AI.
AI. Yeah.
Like
Get
I
the fuck.
believe
literally.
him. I might say I believe him. Me and my friend got into a debate about it, and she tried to tell me he didn't get hit by the car. He just put his hand down.
Yeah,
So it's like I
they're
believe it.
they're just really ramping this up. They act like these ICE agents just got out of their car and started blasting on her while she was in there like that. Like, no, nah, not
Yeah.
at all.
So
That I
she.
would
So
understand the outrage completely. I'd be against that even. But this, like, to me, it's just a simple case of fuck around, find out. That I don't think they had intentions,
Right.
but
yeah,
those
it is.
officers, they have been dealing with
Okay,
this shit
that's
for
even
months,
more
and they're
concerning.
getting tired of it.
Is it not a little bit more concerning that an ICE agent is like, well, not murdering, they're unaliving someone, and it wasn't their intent, or you don't care about their intent? Like, their split-second reaction is like extreme violence. Is that not concerning? Do you not
Well,
hold
then my
That's
more?
life isn't.
that's
When
Do you
you're,
not
would
hold?
you be if your life was in danger?
His life
Bro,
wasn't
they're
in
not.
danger.
Hey, hey,
right. Like
hey.
if somebody
Let
like
Like,
me
if
let
be
me
that's the
for real.
respond.
standard
Can I
that an
respond?
ex-military man has slash a federal agent that hit in that moment his life
Okay.
was in danger, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. He put himself there in the first place, and he could have easily
It's
stepped to the
his.
side.
All
Easily.
right. Listen, AAA. It's his job to be there. He's doing his job. I'm not understanding. Like, they're not robots. They're people too. At the end of the.
Do you not
Oh
think that
my
they should be
god.
held to a
He's
higher
going home.
standard?
They are, and he did a good
Really? Because
job.
you're bootlicking right now when he used
I'm
excessive force.
bootlicking. All right.
Yeah, you
All
are.
right.
Yeah, but see, this wasn't
Okay.
like a
Sure.
routine pull off. This wasn't like they pulled her
Yeah.
over for like she was swerving on the
Um.
road or
Um.
something like that. No, they were
But it's not like she
detaining
just
her and
got done
controlling the
like
situation
gunning
because she had
people
her car
down.
parked out in the
She
middle of
was
the fucking road
obstructing
like a
justice.
nuts.
That's the charge that they had for detaining her.
Yes,
And what ended up
obstructing
happening?
justice. Yeah,
And what
and
ended
then
up
she threw
happening to
her
her?
to.
On,
What
everybody
ended up
stop
Yeah.
at the
happening
same
to her for
time.
obstructing justice?
Then her box muncher woman told her to
okay,
drive,
but I
baby,
got a
drive,
question
and she
now. I
got
got a
fucking
question. How
iced.
You
many
guys are coping so hard and you're
how
saying
many
like people are making this
wrongs?
political. People are making this political. That's exactly what you guys are doing. This
No,
is
No,
that's what the
no,
so
but no,
American
let's
left
be
is
obvious.
for real,
doing.
because this the
If
double
if you're
standard. This the
someone who
double
doesn't
standard.
This is
have,
what
if
the
you're
left want to
someone,
do
Guys,
with this
stop
can I
talking
finish
situation.
all
my
at once.
thought? Can I finish my thought and then I'll shut up for like
No, because your
a couple
thought doesn't
minutes?
make no fucking sense.
I'm saying you're claiming that other people are making this a political issue, like the left is making this a political issue, when that's exactly what you're doing. If you look at this situation and you can't say, like, drop the whole, oh, legally he might have had a right to do that if he felt his life was endangered. You can't look at this objectively and say that was an excessive use of force, firing 3 shots at her and then calling her a fucking bitch as her like lifeless body like barreled down the street into a parked car. If you can't say that that's excessive force for obstructing justice, you're the one who's politically biased and you need to wake up to that.
Actually, the fit of anger makes sense after a shooting.
Yeah, that's a normal reaction, dude. And just because his body camera was
It's
recording
not
what he
normal.
was saying
That
after
is
a
not fucking
two-ton
normal.
vehicle, after a 2-ton vehicle is thrown at you, and you had to use
If the
you have to
vehicle's
use
thrown
lethal
at you,
force to
does your
stop.
phone stay in your hand?
Oh my god, bro.
If you're stationary and a vehicle is thrown at you, would your phone stay in your
This
hand?
generation
The
is
phone
just
didn't
like
stay in his
This is
hand.
just
He dropped
It's
physics.
a
it.
it
body
didn't.
cam.
It's
It
a body
slid all
cam,
over the
bro.
floor. There's like a video for it. I don't know how you missed that at the end of the
That
video where it's laying on the ground.
Let's.
Well,
That's why
he
I
dropped his
asked people before I.
phone to use his firearm with both hands. Like
No, he
He
after the
dropped it
vehicle
he did
was
not
Bro,
got
drop
hit
his
by a
he
car.
switched.
bro,
He's
you
talking at
didn't
the
see
same
all the
time.
videos.
sorry, his firearm,
Yeah,
He
not vehicle.
switched his phone from his right hand to his left hand. And when she hit him with the car, he grabbed his gun with his right hand. Okay, his phone never hit the ground. But at the same time, you can't sit here and be like the officer's in the wrong when once again she put herself in that situation by blocking off the ICE agent vehicles. Okay. And
Okay,
then
this
secondly, her wife was outside the car telling the officer saying like, I can take you, I can kick your ass. So at
this is
what
called
point
a false dichotomy.
No, it's
You're
not.
saying you cannot say that he was wrong because she was wrong. But that's not true.
What are
They could
you?
both be wrong, can they not?
No,
no,
she's
no,
she's
no,
being
because
justice,
my
man.
my reaction to your wrong don't make me wrong. You know?
What?
That's unfair. If
And
you
he's
wrong somebody,
What if
if
your
you wrong
reaction's also
somebody,
wrong?
no, I hate that. I hate that statement. I mean that definition.
I mean, clearly, because you don't want to
You
hold this
can't
person
judge.
accountable for excessive
No, you
force, so
can't
that
judge
makes sense.
somebody. You can't judge somebody and be like you wrong too. If they wrong made you go wrong. You know what I'm saying? If my
Yeah, you can.
reaction put me in a wrong, if you hit me with a car and my reaction is to unload my clip, I'm not a murderer. 'Cause I didn't wake up to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't get hit by a car today, you didn't get hit by my bullets. But because you hit me with my car, I decided to unload my bullets. That's not two wrongs. You know what I'm saying? That's back to how did it start? And y'all keep saying y'all just looking at all what the agent did, but y'all not talking about how the wife, first of all, how she blocked a vehicle. Okay, like let's be
Yeah.
for real. She pulled her vehicle and put it in the middle of the road. Once the first ICE agent vehicle passed, she blocked the other ones off because she wasn't further enough, right? And then on top of that, the second where she's in the wrong at, after she asked for the attention, is when they got out and said, "Get out the car." She said no, and her wife is out there talking shit and then screaming, "Drive, honey, drive." Like at some point, when do the agent got to do his job? You kept escalating. She kept
In my opinion,
escalating.
in my opinion, that wasn't him doing his job very well. That's just my opinion, but then again, I'm not a federal agent. I don't know what their rules and regulations are. I guess we'll see with the investigation. However, on your point that like if someone wrongs you, your reaction to that wrong can't be viewed as wrong or shouldn't be viewed as wrong. What if these agents ripped her out of the car and like slit her throat?
But they didn't.
I'm saying
That's
what if,
that's
you idiot?
that's
But what
if
they didn't,
that's
though. So quit making
hypothetical.
up
That's
false
No,
hypothetical.
I'm
scenarios.
wait,
saying what if you wrong?
hold on. To
That
be
was
fair,
insane.
wait,
That was
hold
actually
on.
retardedly insane.
Okay, don't say
Peace, you
that
can't
word.
keep up.
Wait, hold on. To be fair, okay, don't say that word for number one. To be fair, I would like you to answer that question. He did ask you if that was the case.
What if?
Restate your question.
So you okay? Just the question or the whole lead up to it?
The question were like if you could pull someone, yeah, out, yeah.
Yeah, you're saying that someone's reaction to another person's wrong isn't wrong. What would it have been wrong for them to pull her out of her vehicle and slit her throat?
Yeah, that would have been wrong if that would have happened.
Okay,
But it
so your point doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't because you over here trying to argue with ifs and stuff that didn't happen. Like, what if Santa Claus is real? You see how, if anything, what if a meteor came down and hit both of them
Okay,
during that
okay.
moment?
So
You
No,
you're
can't
just
AAA,
you
that's a
trying to
can't
like
bring
non
ifs
put
AAA, that's a
pressure on
non
your statement.
sequitur. AAA, that's a non sequitur. Like
because
what your scenario doesn't even make any sense or pertain to the situation, bro.
Yes, it does, because he was
It's
saying that regardless,
No.
like he's
no
saying
no
that what somebody does in response of a wrongdoing shouldn't be viewed as wrong.
okay, let me give you a scenario, okay, about two
I
wrongs
don't do
don't
what
make a right.
ifs. I don't do any what
No,
ifs
my
at
dude.
all.
Yes you do. So
Yeah, I'm
let's
mocking
say you
you.
had a
I'm
wife.
mocking you.
All right, brother. Listen, let's say you had a wife, right? And you worked a long day at work, and you come home to your wife, and she got somebody else in the bed. And I'm supposed to blame you. What your first natural reaction is? If you thought your wife was loyal?
Yeah, I do believe in holding people accountable to their actions. Yes. So
Okay,
no, you
but you
wouldn't be
see that.
justified
What
in
if you
harming that
see
person.
that and you start beating up the guy? I'm supposed to get mad at you and be like, well, that is so you go to jail too, or I can be
No,
like, oh, well, in that moment.
I would look down on anyone who would like harm the guy. Obviously,
But
because I don't support that kind of violence. Like
brother,
have some control over your emotions, especially if you're a federal agent. You should really have control over your emotions.
Okay, but at the end of the day, the federal agent was enforcing the law because let's go back to the facts. The lawful command stayed at the time that we all know from watching the video was when he told her to get out the car. Right? At that point, that is a lawful command, which she did not follow. So at that point, he had to do his job. And once you bring a car into it, because the court will see that a car is a deadly weapon, then he had the right to answer lethal force with lethal force. So
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to go ahead.
I don't really know the law aspect of it. Like that could be the case, and I'm not saying that
No, that is
the
the case
person
for
who was
sure.
well, we'll see, but
It happens
we'll
all the
see,
time.
if he keeps his job.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it is. That's why you can't see you see it. Let me tell you, you cannot
Like
drive
police
home and
officers kind of have a license to like unalive people. You know that, so it's like you can't put them in a situation where they could say that they're afraid for their life. They're always going to beat that case.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Which is
he
kind of
has
concerning, right?
he
If
has
all that they have to
qualified
claim is that they were scared for their life, they have a right to unalive you. That's
he has
literally what you're
qualified.
advocating for.
Well,
Okay, no,
well,
Not not not
generally,
can I,
well,
most people have that right.
yeah, that's what I was
If
gonna
you live
say.
in a
It's
if
not
you
even
live in a
just
state that
about
has
everything.
self defense, most people have that right. Like
Yeah,
if 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 you put my life in danger, I have the right to unalive somebody that puts my life in danger also. But a police officer has like
Well,
even
has
do
greater
you
qualified.
have
even
do you
greater
He
have a
has.
reach.
legal you that's not
Can I
necessarily
can I can
true.
I can I say something,
Wait,
please?
wait, wait.
Yes.
Hold
Can
on. Let him respond to that. Triple A,
That's
respond to
not necessarily true, right? Because like anytime that someone switches lanes in traffic, they're technically putting your life in danger. It's like to a legal standard that has to be proven that like if some imminent threat, I'm sure, is pretty much without a doubt going to harm you, then you can take action going to seriously harm you.
to
Then you can
steal
take
hmm
to
action to protect yourself.
to steel man him. I
Because
think he meant there's like
aren't you like not even allowed to shoot or to like um put rounds into someone who's like fleeing from you?
I think to steel man him. He probably meant there's like some kind of threshold where this would be, um,
The threshold is what a reasonable person would.
yeah.
Also, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Even
And
legally,
it,
there's a
it also
specific
depends what
name.
state you're in.
Yeah,
and guys, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I
Because
was just gonna
I've
say
been
I
trying
can't
to
remember
say
the
this.
specific name, but there's
Qualified
even
immunity.
something in law that basically even if your life wasn't in danger, if you reasonably believed that it was based on the circumstances, it still qualifies as self-defense. Like if it's reasonable that you actually, or if you actually held that reasonable belief, like not just
Yeah,
claiming it, but if it's a
Yeah.
they're
reasonable
always
belief.
going to
And
give cops the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say, and
hold on.
especially if you're a
So
cop, but that's even just citizens. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and listen, he's a federal agent. He has
Trigger
qualified
happy one.
immunity. That no, he no. If you look at this is why I asked you in the beginning of our conversation if you saw all the videos. I don't think you did, but
Yeah, I
that's
have.
okay. You can go back. Okay.
Why is this such a common talking
Can
point
I
for people
talk?
who are like supporting this
I've been
bootlicker?
trying
They're like, you haven't
to.
seen all
All
the videos.
right.
You clearly haven't seen all the
You got to see
videos.
the body
Yeah,
cam footage, bro. He got hit. He
bro,
got hit by the
He
car.
got bumped.
bro,
Huh?
people up on
He
this
got bumped.
panel. Bro, listen,
Right, but
listen.
in the moment, he didn't know if that bump was going to drive through his chest and run him over,
Uh,
or just bump him and keep going to the right. You can't bump somebody with a vehicle. That's like attempted murder. You can't do that.
You're absurd.
If you were
Actually,
standing
he's
at the edge
not
of my
far
car and I
from
and I tried to
wrong.
bump you on purpose, that would be like an assault. You could like press charges on me for that, and a cop could end your life for that.
What if you did it super lightly as a
Do you
joke?
think that like if somebody were to, let's say, punch an officer in the chest, he has the right that after that happens to use any force he wants on you? Like he can point a gun or a pew pew to your face and like let loose.
there are
I would say
circumstances.
probably no.
But he
Yeah,
There are
could,
probably
nobody's
like that
situations
claiming.
punch
where
could have
yeah.
been lethal. That punch could have like ended your life.
Like
Nobody's
I said, there
claiming that.
are circumstances that actually has been done and won. So yes, there are circumstances that could happen.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Even just charging at a
God.
cop is like dangerous. You
I'm
can't
about to
even
say
like
you
charge at a
should.
cop.
I'm about to say yeah, you should never put your situation where the cop is scared. That's just something that you don't do.
Yeah.
But she asked for it and
Like
she got
that
what she
cop,
wanted
like
to get.
to be fair, that
You're
ice
gonna
agent,
burn in hell.
probably reacted maybe too boldly, too quickly, but she created the situation where he's gonna get off scot free because of how she almost hit him with the car. You know?
You know why I have the perspective I have on this, and I'm guessing y'all have never. Maybe y'all don't have access to it where you live. Well, I'm from sheriff's department. Once a year, does this open training thing, and they actually stimulate situations like law enforcement goes through training. And
Are you talking about like the virtual reality thing?
well, no, this is more like they use airsoft pistols and
Oh, okay. Never mind. I
go
was
through
thinking, okay, never mind.
real life
Simulation.
things. And after doing that, it changed my perspective a lot because in the simulations, I believe I passed away 9 out of 10 times by hesitating and making the wrong decision.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many seconds did you have to react whenever that you were in a situation, right? In that simulation, how many seconds did you have to react?
Like 1 to 5.
Thank you. Okay. Mic drop.
And just about every time I either died or shot an innocent person.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Your point.
No, it's true. Look, dude, I did the job for 10 fucking years. The dude had literally, when you watch the videos, it's like not even 10 seconds to react. When you look at the
Yeah.
ballistics of what they're showing, he could not have not been in front of the vehicle without her heading towards him. That's why like before I enter these conversations, I always ask like did you guys watch the video? Okay, yeah, I did. All right, so tell me how all this evidence that we have compilated is how we're not coming to the same conclusion. Like
Wait,
what?
so wait, what's your conclusion? That there's nothing else that he could have done to avoid coming in contact with the vehicle?
No, in hindsight,
Ye-
there's lots of things he could have done, but at the moment, no, I don't
nothing
think
he
he
could
could
have
have.
yeah,
come up with in
it's
4 seconds.
Okay, so
yeah, like
by the time that her
it's
car goes into reverse, the time that it makes contact with him, there's nothing he could have done.
that
See, the
was
problem was
after
he
she was
wasn't
given
in
the
front of the
lawful.
car.
Hold
The
on, let
problem,
me. Can I
sorry,
land my plane? Because I've been trying to talk for like the past fucking 10 minutes. Dude, she was given a lawful order outside and irrespective of that. When he's going towards his partner, traveling across her vehicle, he has like 4 or 5 seconds to react. No, no, sorry.
Yeah. And it's not like he just ran up on her randomly. She
Step
she
to the
came there
side
to
in 4 to 5 seconds.
disrupt and kind of like be in the way, you know? So like he doesn't know what she's doing. There's already a lot of ICE agents who've been unalived like during this whole like since this whole thing started. So I'm sure they're all on edge, and then she comes over with her car and she's trying to disrupt whatever they got going on. Like
Yeah.
it's not like she was just driving down the street and then he just ran up on her
Okay,
and start
And nobody's saying
that's
aiming
not
his
obstruction
an
of
gun at her.
justice. Nobody's
excuse.
saying, to be clear, nobody's saying obstruction of justice, justifies what happens. That's why she was there. That's why they were trying to get her out of the
But
way, in combination with thinking we might get run over. Like, it's a lot of
if
things. Just to be clear
he's
about
just
that.
walking
Not
down
when
the
nobody's
street
saying
at
you should get unalived if you
with
obstruct
their
justice.
car, like he's not just gonna just fire somebody's car because they bumped it because of the situation, the toxic situation was he
You're
and they
sorry.
Now, I could make the argument, should he have been back on the job yet? Now, that is a question, but I don't believe that's on the officer. That would be above his pay grade. Given the fact that of the injury he was just in, should he have been back on the job? That I could sit here and go back and forth with.
He got 30 days. And then after that 30 days, because he didn't want to do unum, which is understandable, because it would have dinged his career, he went back on the job. You get 30 days after an injury.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Come
That's
on.
what I'm saying. Should he have been
Get
thrown
that
back
guy.
on? You can make the argument that the
Yeah.
policy set him up to fail. Because
you could say that.
Literally make any excuse in the book for him. Yeah, you could. You could say that in 4 to 5 seconds he wasn't able to put himself out of harm's way of the vehicle. You could certainly say that. Is it reality? No. Should we hold federal agents to a higher standard? Yes. It's so obvious. I respect the guy who is in here a little bit more than most of this panel, no offense, because he's at least willing to admit, hey, he probably shouldn't have fired at her like that. But you guys just make the argument and just hold it so closely to you that well, it was a short amount of time, so he couldn't have chosen to do any better than what he did.
Okay, so
Nobody even said that.
Federal agents to a higher standard.
AAA. What I'm going to tell you is that all right, law enforcement officers, federal or otherwise, municipality, sheriff deputies, at the end of the day, we're going home. So if you decide to put a 2-ton vehicle in between me and going home, that's what the brain is thinking. There's a 2-ton vehicle coming towards me. She was given a lawful order. I'm now going towards my partner. And guess what? You're probably going to end up with holes in you. I'm sorry. I don't understand why this is hard. Okay.
Genuinely, I fear for your soul.
Yeah, no, I pray every day, man. But I'm telling you, that man went home.
Well, get right with God, please.
Yeah, no, I'm a Calvinist. I'm even a motorcycle chaplain. Dude, no problem.
You're a Calvinist?
But dude, if you watch the video,
that makes a lot of sense.
The video, okay, fine. If you watch the videos that they have on YouTube, what else? They have it on Patreon. Dude, there's no way that she wasn't going to hit him. And she did. And he has it on body cam. They have the door cameras. They have the freaking what is it? The aerial cameras. Come on, man.
And you said that you said that any sort of officer, any sort of law enforcement is justified in the case that if they think that she is going to prevent them from getting home to their families that night, that then they would be allowed to take her out.
Dude,
if you really think from that video that she was going to prevent him from getting home, you are straight up lying to yourself. For whatever reason, I don't know.
She was totally not coming at him with a 2-ton vehicle. The dude is 100.
Why don't you stress how many miles per hour she was driving instead of how heavy the vehicle was?
It doesn't matter.
It kind of matters.
Okay, it wouldn't matter if you put a 2-ton vehicle in neutral and you lay on that vehicle and it's rolling over you, it's not going to stop. What are you talking about?
Okay, so wait.
You're coming. Dude, I don't understand why this is a conversation. This is why I get so frustrated with people, bro. Do you think you can stop a 2-ton vehicle with a 180-pound body, right, with 40 pounds of gear on it? Do you think that happens? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
I don't even understand your question. Are you saying that he was standing in front of the vehicle to try to stop it from moving?
Again, I'm asking you if you watched the video. All you're doing is telling me.
Oh my God! How many times
that you
do I have
didn't
to
watch
answer
the video? You didn't, because then this wouldn't even be a conversation.
This is a really weird way of trying to discredit people. It's really strange.
It's really not.
And it's very
Because if
common
you,
tactic.
it's okay. All right. You know,
I hear it constantly.
okay.
Every time I'm in one of these panels, it's just, you didn't watch the video.
All right.
Ugh, clearly you didn't watch all 7 of the videos. If you watched all 7 of the videos, you would agree with me. I'm so much more knowledgeable than you on this.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Triple A,
just gonna.
dude, my fault, bro. Hang on. Triple A, you watched 2 of those videos. Can we agree that the car was in motion after the officers told her to stop?
Was the car in motion after the officers told her to stop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Okay then. So can you agree that if somebody came towards you with a vehicle, what are you doing?
Stepping out of the way of the vehicle.
Okay. But
I feel like that's the normal reaction.
to you, if somebody hit me with a vehicle,
You said
I'm
coming
unloading on
towards.
them.
You said coming
Okay,
towards.
well, if somebody hit you with a vehicle, what are you doing?
I guess it would depend on how hard it hit me.
See, that's the problem. It should never be. She should never give him the opportunity for him to use his weapon.
I could probably agree with that. I could
Right?
probably agree that like it would have been in her best interest, especially in retrospect, to just stay put, get out of the vehicle. Like I would agree with that.
All right.
Okay, but she did it, and now she's unalived. So what is your entire point of your argument?
That it was excessive force. Do you have ears?
Okay.
But AAA, here's the problem. It's not excessive force because I just told you a car is a deadly weapon.
This
So
argument.
so that's like, okay, take the car out of it, right? Take the car out of it. What if it was a gun?
What if it
It's
was
still the
someone's
same
fist?
amount of force, right?
What if it was someone punching you really hard? Yeah. What if it
See,
was
that's
someone's fist?
different. That's not a lethal force.
You can unalive people with a punch.
Yeah, if you old enough, you hit your head on the ground, right? But let's be for real. An average two middle-aged man throw a punch at each other, that's just a fight. You feel me?
Okay.
But if a man drive towards another man with a car or use some type of weapon that can, like, cause harm or to make a fair fight unfair, like a car is a weapon, brother. That you can really kill somebody with a car. That's why you gotta take a driver license. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show that you can use a car.
Mm-hmm.
Same how when you I don't know you got a gun or not, but you gotta take a test to have a gun. That's still another lethal force.
In some states, yeah. Protect. I gotta go be a husband. Thank you for letting me up. AAA. I hope that you watch more videos, and as it comes out, maybe we can have more conversations about this in the future. Okay.
All right, see you tomorrow or another time. I usually don't see you on my panel often.
He's just rage baiting with the watch the videos thing, right? At that point.
I don't know.
How many times can you just repeat that?
Here's the issue with it. The bar that a lot of opposition I've noticed is they're like, well, the car wouldn't have killed him, but the bar legally to use deadly force is not, will it unalive the officer? It is, would a reasonable person would a reasonable person be in fear of unalivement or severe injury?
Or just like bodily harm. But
Well,
yeah.
no, it's got to be severe. It's not just bodily harm because a bloody nose is not, grounds to use deadly force.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying it depends on how severe you mean. But like, if somebody, I don't know, I don't want to get into something too nuanced, but like, if somebody is graping you, even if I would say, I don't know, I'm not even fully decided on this, but at least in terms of legality, I think that's legal. I don't know the exact ins and outs
That
of that,
depends on the
but
state. But we're talking about the use of deadly force for an officer. That really doesn't come into play with an
yeah,
officer.
true. Okay.
But the bar is not just unalignment. And the bar is, would a reasonable person be in fear of this? And given icy roads, the speed of the car is irregardless because he could have just as easily slipped on the ice and got run over with a bump. So there is the argument for he was in fear of his life or severe bodily injury.
That's certainly an argument. I wouldn't say that it's a very reasonable argument. And like, if you think that the amount of fear that he must have been in that situation is like justifies unaliving the driver, I would say that I don't agree with how you value human life. I don't agree with your morals. You can maybe make a legal claim that like, oh, we let officers get away with stuff because they're protecting us and they have to deal with so many crazy things, yada 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 yada. The law protects them, yada yada. You could probably make an argument, or maybe you could make an argument, but I don't agree with it morally. That's my critique. I'm not a lawyer. If you really think that that was necessary force for the risk of his life, that like she might have bumped into him and he could have slipped on the ice and gotten ran over by a car, and therefore he's justified in ending her life with a bullet to the head, we do not have the same value for human life.
Oh, no, I value human life substantially. And so what you're saying is you just value her life more than his because she is the one who chose to put herself in that situation, not him.
Wait, sorry. No, that's not what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that is exactly what you're saying.
No, it's not what I'm
He should have risked his life in injury. That way she could have went home.
No.
That his fears were invalid. That way she could go home. That is exactly what you're saying without saying. That his life was not as valuable as hers. Because that's what you're asking him to do.
No, that's not
Yes.
what I'm asking him to do.
That is exactly what you're asking him to do because you basically said his fear was invalid and that you think he should have handled it differently. That way she would have went home.
Well, yeah, that part I'm saying. I never said that his fear was invalid, completely invalid.
And yet she is.
His action was. Oh, we can't hear you when you leave the app.
I said I didn't, my little battery light came on, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
But yeah, that's basically what you're saying is his fear for his life is trumped by her bad decision, and he should put aside that and risk his life. That way she could have went home.
Wait, actually, yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. That the fear of losing your life doesn't trump like taking someone's life. I actually would agree with that.
So he should have just stand there and let whatever happen, or, just try
This
to
is a
jump out the way.
false dichotomy.
Not the,
Yeah, it
not,
would have been nice if he didn't position himself in front of the car in the first place, but yeah,
well,
he could have stepped to
he
the
didn't
side.
completely position himself in front of the car. Her backing up did change the angle and did put him more directly in front of the car. So ultimately, she had a hand in that too.
Which I never said she didn't.
So it was not just
Triple A,
his
I don't.
decisions. It
I'm about
was
to say,
not just his decisions that put him in that situation. It was equally hers.
It was only his decisions that resulted in a life being unalived.
Not really. If she'd have got out the car, that
Oh, it
would have
sounds like
never happened. He'd have
you
never been
agree
put in
with
that
Johnny
position.
here. You and Johnny seem to be on the same page.
That yes, ultimately, you are responsible for putting yourself in a situation that would warrant somebody taking your life.
And you think
If
that
a
being
cop
bumped by
walks,
a car warrants being
what
unalive,
part?
and that's where
How
our difference in
entitled are
human.
people? How entitled do you have to be to think you can just drive off when federal agents have their hand
Are
in your
you
car?
serious? Okay, I'm gonna
Yes.
have to leave because I'm actually getting mad now. You're calling her entitled for driving off. You don't think that
Yes.
he's entitled for taking a human life after being bumped by a car and then calling her corpse a fucking bitch? You don't
Actually,
think
the
that
rage,
you
the
don't think that
rage is
he took
actually a
God's
common
will?
thing.
You don't think that he took God's will into his hands like a concerning amount by like
No, I think he
deleting one of
reacted
his
to a
children?
situation she put him in.
Well, may God have mercy on your soul.
You guys gotta think. It's only 3 seconds. He only had 3 seconds to confirm.
Well, I don't really see any point in the conversation having here anymore. This might be a place to end for tonight.
I might say yeah, but
Sorry, I
no,
didn't mean
that's
to run
we
off
all had
your
a good
obligation.
conversation, man. Triple H just confused. He kept. It's a double standard. That's why I said they see this shit in a double standard. But good night, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah,
I,
have a good night. Thank you for Canny for bringing up the prompt. That was an interesting conversation. Be back at this
Yeah.
tomorrow.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
See you
y'all
later.
have a good night.